Hello and welcome to Glasgow by Night, our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition chronicle. Episode 17 sees our coterie recovering from the night before at Night Elements, debriefing on what they encountered, and coming to full and bitter realisation of the threat to them and to those they love. But with Elysium hours away, last minute planning must be done as they prepare to welcome the elite of Glasgow kindred society. This is thankfully the last of our recordings with any pulsing audio. Strong consideration was given to not publishing these early recordings, however we felt it would deprive the family of some key points in our chronicle. We thank you for sticking with us. We remind our audience that Vampire the Masquerade is a game of personal horror, and this chronicle is for mature audiences only. This episode, while a little more tame than our last outing, does contain violence. Now, we return to our chronicle, with Aud having spent the day asleep at her haven, and the rest of the coterie recuperating at Night Elements, where the decorations have been set for the party of the year. But in the world of darkness, surprises are often violent, and things rarely go to plan.
Well, welcome to episode 17 of our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle Glasgow by Night, and this one is called Dancing for the Devil.
Oh my.
Oh Jesus.
I'm excited.
In the Bible of the time, in Ecclesiastes, it is observed, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. In the Bible of the Kindred, the Book of Nod, Cain tells us of when his time came to kill, the time of his ultimate sacrifice in honour of his God. I cried tears of love as I, with sharp things, sacrificed that which was the part of my joy, my brother. And the blood of Abel covered the altar and smelled sweet as it burned. But my father said, "Cursed are you, Cain, who killed your brother. As I was cast out, so shall you be." And he exiled me to wander in darkness, the land of Nod. I flew into the darkness. I saw no source of light, and I was afraid and alone. As the years tick by in our existence as kindred, we come to the realization that there's still a season for everything under this night sky in our unlives. A time to feed and a time to go hungry. A time to rescue and a time to capture. A time for tight control and a time for the beast to have its way. A time to embrace and a time to kill. And despite life in the shadows and fringes, there is still a time to dance. However, ever present, ever threatening, there is always a time to die. And with that firmly in mind, let us tell a vampire story.
French have settled down to an obstinate fight to hamper the occupying forces.
The larger and more splendid its city, the more it is at the mercy of those who may make it their prey.
Life should not be carrying on as normal right now.
I don't think there's any way to back out of it now. Elysium is incredibly prestigious. Having a bit of a fight with myself, the exit is right there.
You don't want to be in between me and that.
I gave Happy a promise, and for all my sins, I do try and keep those.
We have a number of provocations to respond to. Is there anybody who's innocent among the company?
We did have a vision that we all died if this was ahead, remember?
You have to be careful.
I know.
So, we begin our scene in Haven, where she's just awoken from the day sleep after her rather nasty surprise last night, or sorry, yesterday morning, and her time in her day sleep living through her memoriam. She's woke up feeling pretty disturbed, I would imagine. But you awaken bright and early. There's a time to get time to get dressed, and then I think you might want to be heading into the club. What do you think?
Yep. Though I will go out and
Okay.
before I go, assuming I didn't have time to do that before I had to get in, I'm going to go out and thoroughly scour my step clean.
You can scour it, however it has been scratched into the wood. It's going to take a bit of work to get rid of it. You have, I mean, there's doormats and that kind of thing. You can cover it up for now.
Yeah, I will do for now, but there is going to, I think this one might take fire.
Could you give me your wits and awareness, please?
That is 2 successes, one of them a crit.
So 2 successes.
Yep.
Okay. Just as you're going to close the door and to hop into the Uber to head back to the night elements, something catches your eye, just blowing in the breeze just as you're closing the door. Looks like a little piece of paper which you pick up, and it looks like a ticket stub from Northlink Ferries, and it's a return ticket to Kirkwall.
Shite.
And you notice there is a bloody fingerprint on the ticket.
I'm calling David.
Okay, so back in the house, call David.
Yep. I mean, I've got a mobile, but
Okay.
I'm not doing this on. I'm not doing this. I don't
Yeah.
have any of the main singing powers yet. Back in the head.
Okay, you call the number that you've dialed 100 times back in Kirkwall, and it just rings out.
Do I know the number of the nearest house?
Yeah.
I'm going to.
You know Nancy. Nancy's a wee spinster that lives next door. She's lovely.
Oh God.
Hello, dear.
Nancy, it's out here. And for Heather's
dear, where?
granddaughter.
Aye. Where have you been? Are you coming to visit?
I was hoping to, but I'm afraid I can't get hold. I've been down here with, you know that Heather's not been well, so I've been down here keeping an eye on her.
Oh, aye.
I was just wondering, I've not been able to get hold of David. I was wondering if you might just be able to check on him.
Oh, I've just settled down.
Doesn't need to be right now, just if you could just...
Right, dear. Seeing as it's you. Oh, right. I can take the phone with me. The wonders of these modern technology. Brilliant. How are you anyway? How's Heather?
She's
I'm on
not
my
great.
way next door.
She's not great, but she's,
Oh,
you
no.
know, she's hanging on. Everybody's.
She's fighting it.
She is. She's a fighter. You know that.
Okay, good. Well, I hope she pulls through. You hear in the background knocking on a door, and you hear a muffled doorbell ringing. Hello? Hello, David? Hold on, I'll check the back door.
Thank you.
Hello? There's knocking on glass. There's knocking on the window. And, it's open. The back door's open. Shall I go in?
I think you should.
Okay, hello. Oh, no. Oh, this place is a mess. It looks like it's been burgled. There's crockery everywhere. There's broken glass. Oh, no. David, hello. I'll check the living room. I'll check upstairs. She goes through. She checks every room. She says the whole place has been ransacked. She says there's a couple of spots of blood in the living room, and that's usually where David sits. But there's no sign of him. Should I call the police?
I really think you should. Thank you. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you, Nancy.
Okay, out. I'll phone you and let you know how it goes.
Thank you.
This is terrible. This kind of thing doesn't happen on the island.
No, I'm sorry. I was thinking a lot more of that he might have, slipped and hurt himself or something. If you could, I think maybe you'd better call the police and make sure you lock your own door just in case.
I will do, dear. This is awful. Okay, I'll get on and phone them.
Thank
All
you.
right, bye.
Thank you.
Did you really just use the word spinster?
I did.
So, you know how I have weapons crafting, which I have not in fact used?
Yes. Is it leatherworking or is it weapons crafting?
Mine's leatherworking.
It's weapons crafting.
Weaponsmithing, yes, absolutely.
So, I am going into the back of my house.
Okay.
And I'm going to select from the number of seasoned wood rods that I have. I'm going to go and I'm going to create a stake, possibly several.
Okay. Well, let's give me your. Let me give your intelligence and your craft and weaponsmithing. Would you like to rouse? If you want to rouse the blood for this, or?
Oh yes, I think that's a good plan.
Okay.
Remind me, that's a roll, isn't it?
Single roll. If you pass, you don't get hungrier.
That's a 2, so I've just got hungrier.
Okay. Gets hungrier. Up to 3.
Yep.
What do you think you're doing?
Preparing.
Preparing?
For the hunt.
Now.
For the hunt.
The taxi driver out there. Go get him. Grab him.
We
Take
will
him.
eat. We will eat when the time comes, and no sooner. Shut up, or I shall rip your head off.
Come on, I'm so thirsty. Come on. Just grab him.
Keep on talking. Keep on talking, and you shall never have mouth to eat with again.
Don't take too long.
I'm literally. I am sharpening. I am lighting a fire to harden them in.
Okay, give me your.
I'm moving extremely precisely.
Okay, intelligence.
How many extra? What is it? One.
So that'll be 4 plus 2 for your rouse check, for your blood potence.
Nice.
Remembering that you can reroll up to 3 if you use willpower. And of course your hunger's now at 3, so include those.
So that is 3 successes, all of them on hunger dice.
Ooh.
One
Any
of them
criticals?
is one of it. Yes, one of the crits. Yes, one of the crits. One crit, obviously
Okay.
on a hunger dice.
Okay. I like that. I think out as she is sharpening the tools, her mind wanders more and more. Back to the time that she rescued David. Back to the time when she raised him and helped him along in this world. And before you know it, you're sharpening faster and faster, and before you know it, you cut your finger, which snaps you immediately out of your reverie. And you look down and you've created 3 good quality states. These things aren't going to shatter on impact, and they now have, or one of them certainly has a little dash of your vitae on it. I think.
I shall consider that.
Okay. So stakes created. Are we heading into the night elements?
I am.
Okay.
It is one of these things where I was just vaguely considering chucking the entire thing and simply going out hunting, but she's fairly sure that, frankly, this is coming to her. So
she's gonna grit her teeth, tangle with the beast, and push forward. Shalva, Malcolm, you are both coming to. Happy, you're starting to come to now as well. Yeah, you've had a night of some very interesting dreams. What do you want to do?
Shalva's going to go through his normal routine.
Shalva goes through his normal stretching routine.
And they'll want this paper.
The paper will come very shortly. Malcolm?
Get up, take out a notebook, write out the dream.
Okay.
In personal cipher.
Okay, personal cipher, so no one else is going to know.
Or at least, it's not like
keep
impossible to break, but it's just
yeah,
not at a cursory
it's
glance.
Enough. Do you keep this book on you? Do you keep it in that part of Night Elements? You keep it with you personally?
Oh yeah, it's in an inside pocket.
But it's just Malcolm's secret diary.
No, he just always carries a notebook. I mean,
He's even written it in code and everything.
Am I the only one that always has a notebook around with me?
That's what your phone's for. Literally, that's what your iPhone has a thing saying notebook, or your Android has a thing saying notebook.
Anyway, no one's notebook shaming here, because I carry a notebook all the time. I can't complain.
Yes, but I don't have to worry about someone trying to read my handwriting.
I'm an admin. I have to write all the shit down.
Anyway,
otherwise I get in trouble.
So you've written
Malcolm's terrible love poetry.
So Malcolm, you've written down your dreams. Anything else you want to do today? Sorry, this evening.
Message Rose. Let her know. My Rose, not that Rose. Letting you know I'm still okay. This will come to a head tonight. All the best. Hugs and kisses.
Okay. As you flip open your phone, of course it's a flip phone. As you turn your phone on, you know there's been a few missed calls from Rose.
Oh shit.
And so far she's not replied back to your text.
Okay, I try giving her a call.
Okay. Goes straight to answer phone.
Nice.
Hi, this is Rose. Leave a message. I'm really busy. Leave a message.
Did she leave any voicemails?
No.
Fuck. How long do I have till Elysium?
It's around about 8 o'clock. Elysium starts at midnight.
Okay, so I have 4 hours.
And we're a merchant city, so we're not that far away from the West End.
So I will go and see if I can find her.
Okay. Shalva.
Mm-hmm.
You have been reading the paper. And in today's news.
Oh, God.
So, front page news. Illegal fireworks factory in Govan Hill ignites, killing 3. Hull blocks evacuated while the fire brigade investigates the cause of the problem. There's mention of illegal immigrants. There's mention of something going wrong and loud explosions and bangs heard throughout the night. And even skidding vehicles, etc., as the illegal immigrants try to flee the scene of the crime. It looks like they played for a couple of blocks around Garturk Street as the citizens have been evacuated.
No forearm
and-
people, none at all. Bonus.
and processed, taken to safety and processed. So that's the front page. Slightly lower on the front page, you see that the interim Lord Provost, Diane Black, has announced what she refers to as in extremis measures for anyone that breaks isolation, and that's where your house can be locked down, or even your place of work. Could be a warehouse, could be anywhere, but they now have the option to forcibly isolate you. Yeah, a couple of stories about increased helicopter activity over Glasgow, but this is, of course, everyone heard about the exercise in Strathclyde Park has put down to that. Yeah, that's about the size of it.
Okay. Having had a look through it, he's going to head into the main body of the club. Something I'm wondering, the Prince's residence, I take it that's quite private. It's not something where he would normally host with any regularity or anything.
You can have, the Prince can have an Elysium, which can be a physical location where he holds court. The actual haven of a prince is usually a fairly closely guarded secret, or he can have multiple havens. He or she could have multiple havens across the city. No one's mentioned where Cunningham's haven is. Or certainly it's not common knowledge.
Right, so when we were having the discussions about the haven, then we haven't actually worked out where it is.
No.
Ah, okay. In that case, might be time to get in touch with the Nosferatu.
Again.
Interesting.
Again.
Okay. You want to give Ninian a call?
I think so. Actually, hold on. Which phone am I still using at this point? I'm not sure I even ever got.
I think.
Well, there should be one.
Everybody.
I ordered ones for everybody, so there should. So
Yeah,
there should be one. There should be
I don't
one
think anyone's
for
using
elements
the.
for you.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's using the Nosferatu phones anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going through burner phones faster than computers.
Just call it string. We'll.
But you have the numbers. You have the numbers of all the major players, as it were.
Okay. He's gonna give Ninian a buzz then.
Okay.
So you're being actively targeted by this Nazi bastard.
Nosferatu Primogen.
Who's going to end up with his head on a pike.
Rip off his head, spit down.
Could
Head on
use
pike.
a bit of a manicure, has to be said.
Indeed.
But other than that, he's a solid fellow. Seemingly.
Just thinking, I wonder if I should discuss this with the rest before he phones Ninian. Because if we do infiltrate the haven and then there's fallout from that, Ninian being aware, to be fair, he'd probably be aware it was us either way, but being blatantly aware that it was us is one more thing to try and hold over us.
So you want to go and have a chat with the others, maybe?
Aye, I think I'll do that first.
Okay.
So I'll head into the main body.
Head into the bar. Okay. I think Malcolm is going to be heading up to the bar pretty quick smart as well. Happy, what are you up to?
Well, I stayed over at the club because I point blank refused to go to my havens now, and will do until I figure out what to do about this ghost. So at the moment, I'm waiting for Elysium to start, wondering about all the other things that we need to do before or during or after Elysium, but
Well,
mainly just looking for some violence.
I think you would also had what you referred to last time as sex trafficking receipts.
You do?
I'm not sure I want to start doing them now, but yeah, I'll start have a look through this giant box of paperwork.
So I was under the impression that you started studying at the end of last night, and you were going to finish off that study this morning.
Let's go with that then.
Good.
Let's go with that then. So I pick up, pour myself a coffee, and wander around in my, sensible trousers and
I won't accept
look
that.
through all mirrors. Look through all these.
They are leather, and that comes straight from the ST.
Ideally,
Pink snakeskin.
they're not pink snakeskin leather.
Oh, come on.
That just sounds tacky.
Opportunity here. opportunity. Okay, Happy, can you give me your intelligence and investigation, please?
Okay.
Remembering you're at hunger 2.
Basically,
and if you want to rouse
patterns
the
in
blood,
an
you can.
ideal world. What does rousing? What benefit does it get me?
It will give you your blood potency and dice to add to your roll, which is 2, I think. Yeah.
Screw it. What's the worst that can happen?
I mean,
I love that attitude.
it's my bliss.
Roll and see if you
So
can
I
increase
roll
your
rouse-
chances of success.
I roll 6.
6. Okay, you don't get any hungrier. Okay, so add 2 to that. Add 2 to that pool, and remember your hunger's at 2, so 2 hunger dice.
Okay, I'm going to re-roll that one because it's piled on top of those ones. Okay, 1 true success, not on hunger dice.
2 successes. Okay, and bearing in mind you've got willpower, so if you do want to re-roll any normal dice, you can. Up to 3 normal dice.
Storyteller, do you advise me to re-roll this?
I'm just giving you your options. It's totally up to yourself.
The story can't be advised.
Storyteller can strongly hint. Yeah, okay, I won't re-roll this.
Your
I will keep
willpower,
such things
Happy,
for
your willpower is 6.
actually.
You have 6, and it's been totally replenished. So, it's a place help.
Screw it. Why not? So it's non-success dice, isn't it?
Any up to 3 normal dice you can re-roll. Not hunger dice.
Oh, add on a critical success then.
Critical. Okay, and obviously you need 2 criticals for it to be a critical success, so that's just a success. That's fine. Okay, so that will give you a total of 3, which gives you. Okay, you don't exactly blow the case wide open. I think this might take a bit more study for you to get more.
Yeah.
You know there's more in here.
I can appreciate that. Right, so yeah, it's not going to blow the case wide open, but I am making headway into.
Yeah, you are making headway.
Matching.
You've definitely gleaned that there is, funnily enough, a drugs network in Glasgow.
I thunk it.
Yeah, shocking. But no, there's actually maps in here. There's street corners. There's the odd name of people involved in this circle. A lot of it is in an Eastern European language, which translate does something for it, does most of the work for you, but you're still struggling. Specifically with names, and I think that's really what you're trying to get out of this investigation is names.
Okay. Do I recognise street names? I mean, I'll presumably recognise some of the street names.
Definitely, yeah.
And it's in Glasgow.
Oh god, yeah. This is basically the south side. So this is like Govanhill, Battlefield, Shawns, Pollockshaws, even down to Rutherglen. There's a map of different street corners and that kind of thing.
I will make a list of all the names I can get, all the things that I reckon are names.
Okay, and you also glean from some of the communications back and forth that there's the dragon. They can just refer to this chap as the dragon. Has been supplying blood dolls basically across the south of Glasgow and even as far as the West End. And we're not talking low class. We're talking high class affairs like serious big parties. So it sounds very much like this dragon character's a hell of a player.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's still going to lose his head. Yeah. I don't suppose there's any address for him.
No.
Nothing like that. Are there any bank statements there?
Locked in your home.
Definitely no bank statements. No.
Nothing that would give
There's
anything.
there's definitely not bank statements. There is an account of cash which is coming from various, but it doesn't say names of people. It says street corners. You know what I mean?
Okay, because I don't like the man, just basically he's a dick. I'm gonna type Google Translate. I'm gonna try a few Eastern European languages and try the word Alexander to see what comes up.
Okay.
Just
okay. Give me your intelligence and investigation. Give me one more.
I mean, I know he's not my mortal enemy, but he's a dick anyway.
Do you want to raise the
Think
blood for this,
technic-
or are you just going normal?
Really
I'm just going to
bold.
go normal because I got 3 successes.
Holy jeez. Okay, brilliant. You
Alexander in Russian, just Alexander.
you don't find the name Alexander. You do, however, find one individual referred to as GB. And the more and more you look into it, into the communications and emails between various parties, you and the jokes you see around the fact that GB is short for Golden Boy.
Okay. Golden Boy. Have I ever heard him referred to as that? Or
Nope.
He's blonde, isn't he?
He is blonde.
I mean, it's as good a reason as any. So, juries have convicted unless once he's been staked, argue against it.
Stake first, ask questions later.
Indeed. Indeed. My kind of woman, Rose.
Okay. Happy enough. I think that's. You could spend the rest of the day investigating this. It's up to yourself.
We've only got 4 hours to Elysium and I need to make myself look really pretty.
Okay.
I'll do this for
and I think there's a point.
I'll do this for about 2 hours, and if I'm not getting any immediate answers, then yeah, I'll shelve it for when hopefully we all survive.
Okay.
And
I think
sounds
there's going to
like
be
shelve it is something to take.
there's going to be a point where all of you cross paths in the bar, just as you're getting sorted out.
Us minus out or without?
I think Oud is not present at the moment.
Claire, what's Oud doing?
Well, actually, there's a couple of things. When I'm in the taxi, there's a couple of things I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to call the Royal Infirmary.
Okay.
Whatever hospital. Just to double check that Heather is okay.
Okay. You discover that Heather is still intubated. She's
That's
stable.
not great, but it's
stable.
considerably better than, Nazi incident. So
Yeah.
and second of all, I will take a much closer look at the ticket stub to see if I can try and work out where it's from, like when it actually was, what and where it was going to.
This was from 3 days ago. It departed from Aberdeen, went to Kirkwall, and it's obviously been used as a return. It's come back.
I'm going to. I will pull the thing out. I pull my phone out and start looking at basically like how long things. I'm doing very little more here other than hunting almost on kind of instinct, like looking at the
News,
like
etc.
literally.
Is that right?
I'm literally pulling out Google Maps on my phone, looking over,
Okay.
tracing the route on that and back again, and thinking. I'm trying to get into the mind. I'm almost trying to get into the mindset of the hunter. If I was tracking myself, like, what would I do? How would I approach someone with going over that? How would I approach someone knowing that they at the very least know about my haven?
Yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to think. If you give me your intelligence and investigation, I think street. Oh, actually, you've got no points in either.
Any chance with survival and hunting? Any chance with that? Survival with the hunting specialty? Any chance with that?
I'll give you survival. Yeah, go for it.
With the hunting specialty or without?
No, not the hunting.
That is truly pants.
That is actually pants. 2 successes.
2 successes, but I'm going to spend a point of willpower to re-roll 3 of those dice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 2 more successes, so that's 4 successes.
Right. The fact of the matter is that no one should know where your haven is. I don't think anyone does know where your haven is. Heather, maybe.
Happy does actually. Happy was driven out there, but or rather, Happy drove out there with
Yeah.
Happy drove out there with what's his face?
Yeah, we came recruiting you.
Yeah, that was with his
Bryce.
name has gone right with my head, with our old friend.
Bryce.
Bryce knew. Bryce was dead. Happy knows, though. I feel a bit.
Heather might know.
Heather probably.
Did David
Heather
know?
and David will know. Fuck. That's. Well, fuck.
What's wrong?
David does know where David knows where my haven is. That is not encouraging.
There are other sources of where your haven. Maybe I'm assuming there's other people at the Coterie would know as well. There's many possibilities.
Nobody else at the Coterie should know because no one else has been out to my place.
Yeah,
but it's not that they don't. It's not that I've not actively kept it for them. We've just not had any reason not to. We've just not had any reason to go there, and I've been very close mouthed about it with other people. The Nosferatu, presumably.
They know everything.
Bryce certainly did. Put it that way. I have
So,
no idea if any others do.
You're now pulling up to the club. You enter where I think the rest of the Coterie are gathering around the bar. Rose, where are you just now?
Probably not quite up at the bar yet. But she's probably it's Rose. She's gonna make an entrance, so she'll see that everyone's there. See, I have a surprise for everybody, and then lead Duncan out.
Okay, so Rose makes her entrance into the bar.
Have you vampired him?
And Duncan takes a step in afterwards, and there is absolutely no denying that Duncan is hot. It looks like he looks 10 years younger. His skin is much more toned and it's glowing. It looks like he's been to the gym, but it's only been 24 hours. But he looks a fine figure of a man.
Ghoul-tastic.
Did you get hungry?
Yeah, he's got a look about him. He has some presence.
I mean, literally.
Literally. There's a certain. He's looking more predatory. Let's put it that way. He's got a certain. Like, he's one of the people in the room that you might want to avoid, maybe, if he wasn't so gorgeous. There's a danger to Duncan in his eyes that you haven't noticed before. Hi, everyone.
Well, this is new.
Hello.
Meet our new Toreador. Well, mine sounds very, possession-y.
Then my new child.
That just sounds weird.
So you're a busy now, then?
Well, just a bit.
I was doing fine until you said dangerous, and I suddenly realised, oh fuck, dangerous is entirely out of type. So.
He can be. When he wants to be.
Duncan just says, listen, I want to make it clear that I asked for this. I asked for
sure
this.
You did.
Wouldn't expect it to be anything other way.
So what, this happened after we got back from all that chaos?
Yup.
There? Okay.
Of Elysium.
Uh-huh.
Listen, oh, by the way, you can see the bottom of his chin and everything is just covered in blood, smeared in blood. He's obviously clearly been just been feeding.
He has.
Oh great! You've literally just given out a dangerous man with his face covered in blood. This is not good.
I want to make clear to everyone that my job doesn't change. I'm still head of security. I'm still Rose's bodyguard. And I'm still going to be looking after every single one of these.
Well, welcome to the club.
Well,
thanks, Mr. Wilson.
You've always been bloody good at what you do. I don't see that changing now. If anything, it'll probably be even better. Welcome.
Appreciate that, Mr. Theroux.
We all make our choices. I hope you do not come to regret this one.
He has seen plenty. He knows the shit that goes down here. It's not like he's ill-informed.
There's knowing it and there's living it, but yes, he has a better idea than most.
Yes.
Mr. Corvin, I hope I don't regret it either. But can I just say, I'm in good hands. In my humble opinion.
Well,
you're a hell of a crew.
So who's going to keep the door during the daylight hours now?
I don't think Duncan kept the door habitually during the daylight hours anyway.
Not particularly.
Yeah, I've got a guy. There may be a bit of a changing relationship
just
there.
if you fancy going hunting. Just say if you fancy going hunting at some point.
You will need to develop a proclivity.
Well, I think we know what his proclivity is already.
I think we can move on for now, Rose. Thanks. So, security plan.
Before we get started, I have something all of you need to be aware of.
More bad news?
Yes. So, when I got home last night, I had a very distinct message having been left that an old, I was going to say enemy, but he is not worthy of the honourable term, has clearly located my haven and has found one of my found and abducted or killed one of my family members.
Oh boy.
Sounds. That sounds more important than the party. Do you want to go hunting?
Oh, I intend to, but I'm planning first. I also would guess that given this particular creature's sense of drama, that he is quite possibly working this into his plans.
Oh, I think he'll show up.
I would not be surprised. This is the exact thing that his type probably love.
Well, what is his type?
He's a Nazi.
Oh! A vampire Nazi or just a regular Nazi?
I would presume vampire Nazi, given that he's still around.
Oh, so
he might be one of the newfangled ones rather than an original, but you know.
Oud's enemy from way back, it sounds like.
If he is who I am fairly sure this... There are a couple of possibilities, but as far as I'm aware, the only one that I didn't have somewhat personal evidence of having ended the likelihood of. His name is Adolf Eichmann. He was an SS commander in France in the early 40s. He and his unit were said to have been, well, they were said to have all perished. At the time, I thought that was a little too neat to be convincing, but frankly, other matters took over my attention, like the rest of the Third Reich. And it seems all too probable. Let us say he is not subtle. I met him at a massacre of an entire village.
Do you have any picture of him?
Well, there will be ones on the internet.
You want to?
Yes, please.
If you could circulate that around to make sure that, you know, all the staff here know exactly when he comes. I mean, I'm assuming you wouldn't be so crass to show up in SS uniform.
I mean, I wouldn't entirely discount the possibility, I will say.
It was designed by somebody, wasn't it? There was like a fancy designer behind it. Hugo Boss. Thank you.
Wait, Hugo Boss designed the Nazi uniform?
Yep.
There certainly was a big designer, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, Hugo Boss designed the Nazi uniforms and IBM designed the concentration camp system.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they designed the numbers on punch cards that kept track of all the inmates in the concentration camps.
Nothing actually changes, Malcolm. Every atrocity is built on more atrocities.
Okay, thank you.
And all wealth is built on the bones of the past.
And on that delightful topic, my girl Rose has disappeared. She's not answering. I got a large number of missed calls on my phone.
Oh dear.
That's not a coincidence.
Nope.
No.
No.
Considering the other events that have happened to you recently.
Rose's sire shows up, my sire shows up, your relative goes missing, your ghoul goes missing. Things are happening in conjunction.
And Shalva's temple's attacked.
Yeah.
The person thing is my son, who I may have rescued from the ruins of a ghetto in Poland. I feel it is certainly not unlikely.
This statement, is there something particularly personal about you for him?
I escaped. There were 2 survivors from that village. One of them is no longer with us, very sadly.
Was he a vampire at the time?
No. Or at least I very much did. No, I would have known. I don't think he had many survivors. He may have recognised that I was one of the kindred at the time. There were a number of people I had certain discussions with at the time who had more knowledge of us than is normal for Kine. I think they had an interest in us. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of his knowledge was, frankly, I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised if this was, shall we say, a continuing project. I also, to be fair, burned one of his lieutenants alive, which might have...
That might piss him off too.
Strangely enough.
I don't imagine he'll remember that. Well, I'm sure it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Oh, believe me, if I'd had the slightest idea of what was going to happen next, I would have made it a lot slower. I'm also a little concerned about his potential connection to the Second Inquisition, because frankly, they're eminently manipulatable.
Really? You think he would be?
Oh, let us take things that do not let us take belief systems that do not belong to us and turn them against everything that they stand. Turn them against everything they stand for.
I can't imagine the Second Inquisition siding with a vampire.
How would they know? They're not particularly bright. Anyway, one of the issues of zealotry is that they are extremely usable. It's not certain in any manner of ways. I'm simply saying that we have a convergence of, one might say, vulnerable spots, which is clearly being exposed amongst all of us, and it seems naive to assume that there is definitely not a connection amongst all of them.
Well, I'm almost certain there is.
That's why I'm raising the possibility.
I'm not sure what we're looking into that's pissed someone off, and there's quite a few things that we're looking into that's going to piss somebody off. Something we're doing is pissed off somebody enough that they're trying to distract us, antagonize us, or kill us, possibly all 3.
And probably all 3, I think.
That's a number. There are a number of, well, frankly, zealot.
Malcolm, your phone starts to ring.
Quickly picks up. Hello?
Hello, is that Mr. Corvin?
Speaking.
How do you do? It's Nurse McKinley here, calling from the Glasgow Queen Elizabeth University Hospital. It's someone you know by the name of Rose Ivory was admitted last night. Just to inform you that she, obviously, you'll have heard by now there was a car accident. There was a hit and run. Looks like she was involved. She is quite seriously hurt. I can't lie, but she's in a very stable condition. She's comfortable, and not conscious but comfortable. And anytime you would like to come by, please give us a ring. We're in Ward 10B, but we just obviously we need to. You're down as an emergency contact, so we just need to get in touch.
Oh, okay.
If I can answer any of your questions, then please.
When?
Ask them.
I'm sorry. When did this happen?
Yesterday, early evening.
Does she need anything? Should I bring anything in?
She's being taken care of, so she's obviously unconscious. Yeah.
Sim, I would like to test for frenzy. After I hang up. Thank you very much.
That's a thing that
Okay.
you do.
I think we're looking at your willpower, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Now, where did I put my... there you are.
What was it you're doing?
I think he's testing for frenzy.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
No,
Because
I think
I feel that is a
I think-
sufficiently emotional situation that it's going to be a struggle for Malcolm not to just hand over control to the beast.
Kill them all.
I think we're looking at a fury frenzy here.
Yes.
And I need you to roll your willpower, and the difficulty is 3.
Don't make
In
that.
fact, cancel that. I'm going to make it 4.
Okay. Hey.
We're going to have to dogpile him.
Anyway, you cannot cannot re-roll willpower tries.
What success? No.
Yeah, you've got that's 2 successes.
And 2
Two
successes,
successes.
and at least 2 ones, one of which is on a hunger dice, so that's a messy fail.
Oh boy.
So,
Dogpile Malcolm
your
time!
education begins right now.
I think this was the first. Is this the first messy frenzy one we've had?
Yeah. Well,
No
no,
one else
actually,
is so close.
that's a lie, because if you got successes, the ones don't matter, so that's okay.
But still,
if
only
you had
2.
no successes, the ones.
It's still
However,
Dogpile Malcolm time.
But it is the first
you
frenzy.
you have succumbed to your fury frenzy, and I want you to tell me what Malcolm does. He
Okay.
puts the phone down.
Bleep.
Geeks it.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I have someone to kill. Where's the prince?
The prince is literally going to be coming to you in a few hours.
And he starts walking towards the door.
I mean, while I'm not
Like,
actually bothered about him killing the prince, because frankly, I don't care. It sounds like he's going to do himself a mischief, so yeah.
Yeah. Let's. So
Dogpile.
we're gonna dogpile.
I
He's
have
going
a
to
whole
try-
moment where I just really throw. Sorry, what you do at a moment like this is literally just swing in behind somebody.
Okay, let me just say, this is fury frenzy. Okay, this is not snarky comment.
No.
This is
Yeah.
fury.
Can we?
Purest anger.
For this point, he then starts charging towards the door, throwing tables out of the way, chairs and everything else. And if anyone tries to get in the way, he'll backhand them, or even try and rip their throat out with his teeth.
Yeah, jump
Yeah,
on, dogpile.
dogpile.
And you're barreling towards the front door.
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Rugby tackling.
Okay, and
Yeah.
chairs are flying. All right, guys, give me all your wits and dexterity.
Yeah.
See who
Yay,
goes for the
dex.
tackle first.
I think this is the code 9. Wits and dexterity.
Malcolm, add 2 successes to your roll.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
add 2 successes tomorrow.
Add 2 successes because you are on
Thank you.
point right now.
You high dexterity, or you?
Your beast is taking control.
Hang on, it's 4, isn't it? Yes, it is.
If it's wits and dexterity, that's 2
no,
successes.
2 successes as well.
2, okay.
1, 2, 3. That's 4 successes.
Really?
4 successes for Oud, 4 successes for Rose.
One of them is a
and,
crit on a hunger dice.
That's a
single crits. Oh, it's a hunger dice. Okay, so messy critical. Okay. And
4 no
Malcolm.
crits.
Please don't join him in the frenzy.
And Malcolm.
4.
Or +2 or
Crits on a hunger dice as well.
Oh shit.
I don't know. Okay. Wow. Well, if Rose is getting involved, I have to roll for Duncan as well. Oh, God.
Although, Sim, I have a
It's
quick
gonna go
question
so
because you
bad.
said that after I turned Duncan, my hunger was at 0.
Yes.
Has it gone up?
Oh shit, yeah, so it was.
So that wasn't a hunger dice then.
No,
I
not
rolled
at all,
hunger
not
dice
at
because we
all.
thought it too.
Thank you for mentioning that because I had forgotten. So you are at 0. You are clear. Absolutely clear. Purest Rose.
I'm not. I'm so not.
Yeah, you're a hunger 3.
I know.
I'll keep the number, but not the fact that it was a hunger dice.
This is always a nice way of starting Elysium.
Isn't
Well,
this the
we're
way
gonna-
that most coteries start Elysium? Pretty sure it is.
Yeah, given that you'll have hired decorators that will have made this place look immaculate, and Malcolm's just ran through all those balloons and
Yeah,
everything on the table decoration.
there's going to be a certain amount of don't make a fucking mess.
I don't know.
Everybody, don't pile him in the hole! In the hole!
So Malcolm has put his phone down on his table and then just flipped out, kicked the table away, kicked the chair away. He starts charging towards the front door, throwing tables and chairs, and there's even a wee security guard tries to just intervene ever so slightly, and Malcolm just tosses him aside. He's close to getting there, to get into the front door. So I rolled for Duncan. Duncan got 3 successes.
Good.
So I think Malcolm, you're in front, and you are just charging for the front door.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have
No one gets in my way.
Do you have any celerity, anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Okay, next, who had 4 successes?
Yeah, Rose and Oud.
Rose and Oud. Okay. What are
Once
you
again,
guys-
we have the how we took down the second Inquisition guys double team.
double clothesline.
Yep.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Rugby tackle.
I have celerity, and I have
Okay.
fleetness.
Yes,
So
you do.
I would like to use fleetness to catch up with him faster and just go for the knees.
I go for the knees. Okay.
Ooh, ow.
Go for the knees.
Right. Could you give me your dexterity?
Dexterity.
Dexterity. Should be a word, isn't? Dexterity and brawl.
Okay.
And Oud,
I have
are
both
you
of
going for
those.
the straight up rugby tackle from behind?
Oh yeah. I'm
no
literally jumping on him.
Malcolm, can you give me your dexterity and athletics, please? I can't let you use your willpower for this.
No, it's okay.
4 successes.
4 successes, okay?
Okay, dexterity and athletics, yes?
Yeah. Oud, I need your dex and brawl as well.
Woohoo!
In fact, let's make it strength and brawl in your case.
Oh, go on.
I'm not adding in.
Next.
Am I adding anything to this one?
No. Just 3, okay.
3 successes.
3 successes, okay. You managed to you can feel Oud coming coming from behind you, and you just
Coming from behind, don't mind.
you just put out your hand behind you, and just put your hand on her face to stop her from tackling you, and that's enough. And then all of a sudden, in front of you, Rose appears, and she goes for your legs, and she just gets enough. She just gets the hold of one foot, just enough. You're not off balance yet, but you could well be very soon. Shava and Happy, who got 2? Who got 1?
I got 2.
You got 2.
I think you both got 2.
You both got 2. Okay.
Duncan got 3.
Duncan did get 3. Oh, that's a good point. Thanks,
Yes.
Rose.
We have
okay, Duncan's going to try and protect Rose, I think.
Protecting the one that's important to him.
Yeah. What?
He blood bonded him yet?
He's a fucking vampire!
That doesn't mean you can't blood bond him.
Why would I do that? What would be point?
You now have a vampire
Yeah.
with
2, 3, 6.
Who is ridiculously loyal to me anyway.
see your dex and athletics, Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
Roll again, I think.
If you break her new toy, Rose will be upset.
Uh-huh.
You'll never hear the end of it.
You won't have ears to hear it with.
I believe that.
2 successes. Okay. He manages to get your other leg, just a hold of your other leg, and you're surprisingly strong in the face of these 2 extremely tough toreadors. That you you manage to keep your balance, but your forward motion has definitely stopped. Happy and Shalva, what would you like to do?
Pretty much the same.
Okay, are you trying to damage him or are you trying to restrain him?
Probably restrain. Okay, is the front door to the club open?
No.
Is the front door to the club locked and barred, or is it?
Yes.
Probably is for the moment, yeah.
Okay, so it's not like if he gets out of this, he's free and gone. He'd still have to stop and either smash his way through it or...
The beast can do extraordinary things when it's let loose.
Okay, well...
I mean, I'm freely expecting it to be that if he gets to the door, he's literally just going to go through it. Like
There's just going to be a Malcolm-shaped outline.
It's like the Coyote Malcolm size in the door.
Okay, no, I think Dogpile is the way forward, so while literally jumping through there and shouting, Dogpile, I'm going to try and Dogpile Malcolm.
Sorry, girl.
Okay, I'll need all of your... Okay, your strength and brawl. Shava, you doing the same?
If I want to activate the speed of fleetness and also activate the strength of potence, can I do that at once, or would it need to be like 2
It needs to be separate turns, yeah. You can't go twice.
To be fair, he's been slowed down already. So can I activate potence and then jump him?
So activate potence and then take a swing. Yeah.
I'm not taking a swing, just grapple him. Try and get him.
That's fine.
Probably try and get his arms right, back behind him.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, give me your potence and your brawl.
Yeah, I'm going to rouse the blood as well.
Yeah, I'm not, for some reason. Because my odds of frenzying in the middle of this are already worryingly high.
Experiment. Helping.
My odds of frenzying in the middle of this could just change the nature of this whole thing.
Oh well.
It's like, crap.
Shalva gets it up, no bother.
Does it count as Diablerie if you're under frenzy?
I wasn't in control, Mr. Judge, sir. Yeah. I was just following orders.
It's like it's almost the complete opposite of that.
I was obeying the voice in my head.
Yeah, more like that.
Malcolm, as your ST, I have to ask, who's the subject of your anger here?
Right now, it was the prince, because I think the prince did it. Right now, it's the things stopping me. So the things on my feet.
Okay, it has to be the original subject of your ire.
Okay.
So we'll stick with that for now, that's fine.
Yeah, thank you.
That was 3 successes at trying to grapple.
3 successes. Okay, Dex and Athletics, Malcolm.
You're up again.
You're up again in a minute.
3.
3 successes.
One of which is a crit, but...
Right, Shava, he's just too good. He's obviously done some sort of hand fighting or something in the past, and he manages to just shove you off. Happy? How you doing?
Right,
This, to be fair, is kind of what frenzy is.
Okay, then what?
He's like a greasy pole, you just can't get a hold of him. Sorry, Happy, what are you up to?
That was not the image I had.
Can I rouse the blood? And I'm not touching my...
Of course you can. Of course you can. Of course
yes.
you can.
Okay. Well, I did get a 1 when I tried to rouse the blood.
Well, that will make you a hunger 3 then.
It will. So what am I rolling to Dogpile Malcolm? Well, actually shouting Dogpile.
Give me
Which I believe gives me a bonus because it has to.
Because that's the rule. Okay, yeah. Give me a
Happy enjoys things too much.
Give me
Sorry, you're like shouts food fight.
What is she? Give me a strength.
Shall be swift.
Strength and brawl, please.
Delicious.
Strength and brawl. Okay, can do. Okay.
Okay, now I'm seeing Ruby Rose in underwear, which I didn't need.
3 of these.
Why?
Rose.
3 of these are hunger dice.
Oh.
That's a lot of
So
hunger
to
dice.
Ruby Rose.
Okay. One success, two success, three success, four successes. One of which is a crit out of 10.
Is it on a hunger die?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sim, I really need to stretch. Look away.
No. Just stop it. Stay away.
Okay, I've stopped.
Okay, happy. So yes, you definitely get a hold of him. You, after screaming dog pile, you just wrap yourself around him.
Hey.
Yeah, I think you're having one or two mental issues. You're actually you find yourself getting pissed off at the fact that the Malkavians are supposed to be touched, but this guy, the Tremere, cannot keep control of himself, even in the face of just some mortal being hurt. This pisses you. This makes you a little bit angry. You're going to stay that way until this person gets a control of himself.
That's fine.
But you are the straw that breaks the camel's back, and he is down. Malcolm is down with these three bodies on top of him. Four bodies.
5, I think, if you're cut.
You've got Duncan in there as well, yeah. We've got
Duncan as
everybody.
well, yeah. Jesus.
Got down in the hail of vampires.
Right, Malcolm.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Blood magic.
Well, actually, you can let me take control of Malcolm, or you can lash out yourself.
Oh god.
Is anyone within range of my teeth?
Oh yes.
Because all of us probably are back.
Yeah, there's going to be some part of somebody close by.
So you've got Rose and Duncan, who's very new.
Oh god.
He's just the new guy.
Oh no! Don't.
They've each got a hold of your legs, and you've got Howd, who's got a hold of you. Did you grab the hold of his back? Happy's got a hold of your waist.
It's probably going to be me. Realistically, I think I'm pretty much on his shoulders. So.
Well, we could roll it randomly, Malcolm, or
let's roll it randomly. It's a little fairer that way.
Aye, that's fairer.
Yeah.
Roll a d6, and if it's a 6, roll again.
Right. Have you got a d4 to hand, or will I roll for you?
One sec.
Shalva's out of teeth range.
Yeah, Shalva, you're in the clear, mate.
Oh well. One does
I
not
can't reach my dice bag.
Oh.
He's over. To be fair, I mean, you're the only one who's had your jaw literally ripped off by stuff before, so it's only.
Yeah, you're allowed a bit of time off.
In the limelight.
Hang on.
Yeah, but you probably
I got
just get it done again by a member of the coterie.
True, I mean, it could be rolled.
Vampires, we all sort of expect this shit to happen.
Okay. I've got you all numbered, so yeah, what do you get?
Lord.
Us and Duncan.
Oh yes.
D4.
1.
You're going for Rose. I've numbered you off as you're appearing on my screen, and you're going for Rose. So you're going to try and feed on her.
Tear at her, certainly yes.
Oh baby. Okay, so
Well, Duncan's going to rip your head off.
yeah, give me your strength and brawl.
Sorry, that was Malcolm's strength.
Malcolm's strength and brawl, yeah. And Rose, if you want to give me your.
I have no brawl.
In that case,
Only-
this might work out well.
What do I need to roll?
I want you to add 2 to your roll, Malcolm.
Add 2 dice to your roll of not
oh,
2
2 dice.
successes.
And
Fuck off.
Rose, if you give me your dex and athletics. 2, okay.
Try and roll pretty well, Rose.
That's the plan.
Well, she actually has brawl, I'm assuming.
Well, it's dex athletics, and I have brawl, so yeah, she's been in her fair share of fights. That's 2 successes, but can I spend a willpower for the keys?
You are in control of yourself, so feel free.
That's 4 successes.
For reference, this is why I don't write romance novels.
Why don't you write romance novels?
Because, you know, I always have characters that go functionally insane when their loved ones are under threat.
I mean, that is kind of a classic. For the very few romance novels I've read, that is pretty much a classic of them. But to be fair, I only read.
It's
to be fair, I
also
only read historical or monster romances. So.
Oh,
It's also the fundamental premise behind the woman in the fridge trope.
Not quite, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I have a book I can suggest for you later.
Ooh, tab.
Rose, you just basically brush him off. You've got both hands on his face, and his teeth are absolutely ravenous, trying to get to you.
No, bad puppy, puppy, no.
Rose, you can act now. What would you like to do?
Doesn't like it being called puppy either.
This son of a bitch is just trying to feed on you.
So, can I punch him in the nose?
I think Rose could quite happily punch him in the nose. Does Rose have her knuckle dusters to hand, or is she just?
I don't think her knuckle dusters are on her at this particular moment in time. No.
Okay, well, if you give me your strength and brawl.
Oh no, that's only 3. I like Dex better.
You could always punch him 3 feet lower.
Hey!
I could attempt to punch him in the groin, but I think at that point I'm more likely to miss his groin and hit someone else's.
I could get naked. And Malcolm, give me your dex.
I mean, traditionally at this point, this is when the prince would walk in, but that wouldn't be an
One
issue.
of them's a crit, but
launch yourself at him.
Crit on a hunger die, or
I have no hunger.
Of course.
It would need to be another similar type of authority figure. You know, the Giles type figure who should walk in to see a goal in the middle of this to make everyone just freeze.
Malcolm, if you want to take 1 superficial damage, and Rose, tell us what happened.
After there's been the holding off of the no feeding. He's gonna manage to hold his jaw with one hand and just go pop.
Oh. Pop. Okay. Duncan, upon seeing this rather rash act by Malcolm, is gonna try and hurt him. So he's got a hold of his leg. He's gonna try and do some damage to that leg.
Oh god!
Nice knowing you, Malcolm.
Breathing is hard.
We're not even going to Elysium yet.
You're going to be in about half an hour.
You don't have
No, they're plastic bones. They're okay. I've got plenty of space to breathe, up and around here.
Malcolm, give us your dex and athletics.
I've got plenty of.
She's just used being able to lounge.
Yes, able to lounge and also, taking breaths further down here.
Well, okay.
As opposed to up here.
He's getting your leg in some sort of lock, and there are bones crunching and crunching.
Oh Christ!
Oh yeah, that's my boy.
But it is superficial damage, so just take 2 points, and of course 1 point from Rose. What are you up to?
The squishy toreadors are doing some damage.
I'm sorry, no one said toreadors were squishy.
My thought is I'm gonna bang his head off the floor.
Oh wow! Okay, give me your strength and brawl.
Sorry, I was not a very complicated person.
No, I approve of this. I want you all to remember this later on.
Why?
You'll find out.
Oh.
Oh god. Oh god.
Why is there evil cackling?
Because reasons.
Ow, that hurt. Fucking hell.
Keep breathing, Rose. Keep breathing.
Breathing is a good plan.
Katrina, it has been years since you put on a corset.
Genuinely, it's been about 3 years since I put anything like this on. So
lockdown has not been
awesome.
good for corsets or any of those things.
I can testify to
people
that.
Got really imaginative in their sex life.
That's true.
Well, you never know. They might have done that because they're bored.
That's what I meant.
It's only 1 success, but it is a crit.
Dex and athletics, please, Malcolm.
I'm taking penalties at all with these multiple attacks from multiple people.
Oh, you're doing okay so far. The beast is holding its own. Okay.
No one other than Duncan's trying to hurt you.
Right, out you try. He just brushes you off and kicks you free of him. So you're one less body attached to him. Malcolm, I think this amount of damage is starting to make an impression. And
Okay.
I think perhaps we could make a willpower check.
Okay.
And I'm looking for difficulty 3 to regain some control.
Unless you want to just keep hurting people.
Not you guys.
That's 1.
Son of an ever-loving. That's my highest dice pool.
There's 3 5s, a 2 and 2 1s.
Okay.
A 6.
The beast snarls, and anyone that is looking at Malcolm can see there's no.
Oh, I think we're all fucking looking at Malcolm
Yes.
right now.
But into his eyes, there is no human left. There's no human left. He's just all.
Okay.
I find this delightfully appropriate considering the stimulus.
You've been like so like sweet and quiet and stuff. Like you've not done any crazy important
No, I
things.
freely admit a little bit about just got a little bit about just going. I mean, timing isn't best, but frankly, everyone needs to have one of these. Everyone needs to have one of these. It's certainly time. He's been
Absolutely.
so controlled up to now.
Happy and Shalva, you've just seen Oud get kicked off.
Yeah. Rose, do you have a lockable room?
Yes, several.
Let's get. Where's the nearest one? Let's get him in there, and then he can break himself against the walls.
Duncan says the basement.
Basement is the best option.
Okay. I'm going to try and, hopefully with some help, I'm going to try and pick Malcolm up.
Alright guys, I want everybody to roll me 3 rounds of strength and brawl.
Oh no, that's only 3.
Malcolm.
Yep.
Malcolm, I want you to give me 3 rounds of dex and athletics. And I want you to add two to each roll. 2 successes to each roll.
Can I rouse the blood for any of them? One of them? None of them?
No, not for this one.
Okay.
So that one I've literally no successes in.
That's alright, just do all 3 and add them up.
No,
Let me know.
no successes. Three successes.
Ouch.
Oh, not bad.
1, none, 2 10s and a 9.
Okay.
0, 3, 3.
5, 4, 4.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
I love the way that Shalpa is like, you know,
It's like tight.
It's like 5'5" and 5'5" and then just is a fucking
powerhouse.
god of war.
Okay, on my first one, I got 1 success. On my third one, I got 2 successes.
Yeah.
On my second one, I got 3 successes, all of which were criticals. 2 of them were hunger dice.
Whoa, this is some brawl. Fucking hell. Malcolm?
Do you want the total?
I want the total.
6.
Wow, okay, this is a very one-sided affair.
There are 4 of us.
You do all get hold of a limb and a torso, and I actually would like a rouse check from everybody, because this is a very serious affair.
Oh god.
There is blood.
I just want to say before I go, no, nice, isn't it? It was nice knowing you all.
Rose, are you
He's
fine?
just happy. He's just chill.
Okay, Rose is
Remind
chill.
me in this one, the past one is...
Happy's at 4. Okay. Malcolm.
No, that's 2 doubles. Yeah.
Yeah, I need one from you as well.
Oh, sorry.
Is the pass above or below 5?
6 or above.
1 dice, 6 or higher.
I actually passed.
You passed. Well,
5.
5, you get hungrier. And Shabba.
I passed, I got a 9.
First, you get a 9. Okay, it's an absolute melee. It's an absolute fiasco, but you do manage to pile them down the stairs. There's growls, there's blood, there's spit going everywhere.
That's just me.
And as you burst into the basement room, you can see there's a woman unconscious, tied to a chair, with a couple of puncture marks in her neck, with her head bowed forward like so.
Is this the dancer?
Anyway,
This is Jane the Goth.
Anyway, Malcolm's going apeshit. So what's the plan?
Well, if I'd known there was going to be someone down here, I wouldn't have brought Malcolm here.
I really
She's supposed to have been dealt with, and I don't think Malcolm is going to do anything specifically to her. I think he's going to try and get out.
Is she alive?
Yes.
In which case,
Okay, guys, you're not planning. There's a melee going on here.
Yeah,
alright?
like
So
get
what-
him in
what's
the
plan?
room and
Okay.
get back out and lock the door.
Get him in the room, get the lassie out.
Yeah,
close the door.
drop Malcolm, pick up Jane, move.
Louise.
Okay.
Louise the Goth.
Louise the Goth, sorry.
No, it's
Okay.
Unless there's two goths.
Okay, so
even more Goth.
you drag her
I know
body.
Louise.
Goths are for life.
You drag her body, chair and all, out of the room. Malcolm, I think you can give me another willpower roll. Now that the door has been slammed and you find yourself in an empty room.
This is why you don't see realistic fight scenes in movies, because it gets less heroic once you get down to the hair pulling and spitting bit.
Doesn't look
that-
cool.
I feel one more
Yes,
round
I know how to count.
Helping.
Okay, I just want to say this because this is amusing. 4 2s, 2 successes, one of which is a critical. So
Which is only 2 successes. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're still with it. You're still battering against the door, trying to find a way out, scratching. You can actually see some of his fingernails are starting to come off because he's scratching
Oh.
so hard at the glass and the door. He's just battering it and battering it and battering it. He's
Oh,
not,
boy,
he's not
okay.
calming down.
Okay. We only heard one side of that phone call, didn't we? We didn't even hear the rest of it.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
on a phone. You usually can hear.
No, he just
Listen,
stood,
no,
he, just
I don't think you heard much. All you heard was Malcolm's side. That was
he
it.
stood up saying he was going to kill the prince and ran for the door.
Did you say that, Malcolm?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think. No, I don't think he said
No,
he
I
was
doubt
going
he-
to kill the prince.
yeah, it's basically I was too. Ben misunderstood how bad it was,
Okay, fair enough.
so
But you definitely didn't mention someone's name. You just went ballistic.
yeah.
Okay, on the assumption that he left the phone on the table,
That's reasonable.
can I call the
Considering
last
he also
number?
kicked over the table, I imagine the phone has gone flying.
As you take a wander back up to the bar, safe in the knowledge that he's secured in the basement.
Carrying a girl pet.
You find his table, the table he was sitting at, remarkably undisturbed. Everywhere else is fucking carnage. All those beautiful decorations you had up, Rose.
Took like another 3 hours
Oh.
to get ready.
Yeah, that gives you 3 hours to calm down so that you don't attack all the Elysium
Say,
guests.
say again, Chris.
Have we got somebody keeping an eye on Malcolm?
Do you have a security camera in there, Rose?
There's a security camera, and
Duncan says he can send a man.
yeah, that would be appreciated. Yeah.
Took 5 of us.
And if we can get
think
people
that's more
to
of a
try and
scream
straighten the
and
place
run
up
away with
as
any
well,
sort-
that would be.
Will do, no problem. He heads over to his security detail and starts dishing out orders.
Okay. I would like to pick up Malcolm's phone and see if I can call the last number.
Okay. Hello, Queen Elizabeth University Hospital.
Hi. I believe you left a message on this phone for a friend of mine.
I can see the number. Yeah.
So
sorry,
is
I can't give out any
I'm sure you
personal
can't.
information, but how can I help?
The information that you gave my friend has sent him into a state of some distress. He is very, very upset at the news. And is in something of a near catatonic state. I was just wondering what it is that he's actually what it was that has sent him into such distress.
Oh, that's awful. Yeah, if you could obviously perhaps phone an ambulance firm or NHS 24.
Yes, it's on
whichever
the
you
list.
deem appropriate. It's very important that he gets care as soon as possible.
It's on the list, but I was going to try and use persuasion to persuade her to
Okay, well,
give us some information.
Charisma and persuasion.
I don't know, GDPR is a pretty other big persuasion.
It's possible though.
I am not doing a rouse check because if I fail a rouse check, I'm in the basement with Malcolm.
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah, that would get interesting if this guy's just going to keep fucking calling. People keep
Happy,
calling
I
you
think
and then going,
the sergeant major in your brain would be very happy if you just went for it right now.
I'm sure he would. You spend willpower after you roll, don't you?
Yeah, and remember, four of your dice are hungers, so...
Okay, I've 2 successes, one of them is a critical, both on hunger dice.
Sorry, say that back to me?
2 successes, one of them a critical, both on hunger dice.
Both on hunger dice, so a messy critical. Okay,
It's a good thing this woman's on the other side of my phone.
okay, you succeed. You just start babbling. Like
sounds like happy.
It's insane, but it works. It ends up working in your favor because it sounds like the babble of someone that is panicking in a very serious situation.
That's fine.
And
Well, that sounds realistic.
the person on the other side says, "Listen, it looks like one of our friends was involved in a hit and run.
Oh my!
So please pass that on to anyone involved, anyone that is coming to his care. Yeah, it's not a good day for anyone, but please look after him."
What's the name of the person?
That I can't divulge, I'm sorry.
Thank you very much, and I will make sure that our friend gets all the help he needs.
Okay, thank you.
Please ignore the screaming in the background.
Sounds like you've got a vicious dog there in the background. Yeah. Dog.
Well, Malcolm has friends, doesn't he?
He's got
he's got another Rose, just to make life more confusing. He has a ghoul called Rose.
That hospital phoned Malcolm and said, I think, that one of his friends had just been involved in a hit and run.
Oh, shit.
Right.
That's another thing happening to somebody close to us.
Yeah.
Aye, somebody who knows a lot about us is targeting us.
Mm-hmm.
No two ways about it. Something I was going to bring up earlier. As you know, I have a reason to try and get into Cunningham's Haven for Judy's sake. But I realised none of us actually know where his haven is.
No, not a clue.
My initial thought was to approach Ninian, but then I thought, if we're going to make some move against the prince, do we want to tell Ninian beforehand what we're doing by asking him where the haven is?
Can I clarify something, Chris? Cunningham moved into Prince John's haven and will have taken over his accoutrement from Hesley. However, John's haven was a secret.
Aye, so basically we don't know where we need to be.
Ultimately, we don't know where it is.
Issue. Not particularly for what might happen afterwards, but yeah, that sounds like the sort of thing that if he's benefiting from the state of affairs, he could warn him.
So, I have various thoughts. Considering the prince is coming here this evening, I'm going to be stuck playing the hostess.
I'm just going to look around at the carnage slightly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna get fixed, but I'm gonna have to play hostess all evening. There is no way around this. And I am performing. I will not be able to leave this club. However, I will basically be schmoozing with the prince all evening.
Guys, can I just ask what's happening with Louise the Goth?
She's
just been plonked in the corridor.
She's just been plonked somewhere.
Propped in the corner.
When were you going to tell us that you'd managed to capture this woman?
Once we'd got everyone together, and then Malcolm got a phone call and went batshit.
What happened with the girl?
So, you know how one of her videos was of the thin blood boy being burned alive by sunshine?
Yes.
My sire basically told me to deal with her.
Yes.
In the way that Mafia Dons tell their underlings to deal with someone.
Yep.
Arla managed to get her here on at my request, and Duncan needed breakfast.
Duncan looks a little guilty.
It's not his fault.
No.
We would have managed to acquire other food if necessary.
I didn't know what I was doing. I would have.
No,
I could have eaten anything.
When you first wake up, the beast is in the middle of your head. There is no getting around that. That's what happens to everybody.
Did you get information from her before you almost killed her?
She's a stalker. I think she was circumstantial to things. However, considering how other things are not so circumstantial, the fact that she's alive is a good thing, and the fact that Duncan's willpower is so good from all these years of discipline is also a good thing.
Hey, Sim, does she have a phone on her?
Does Louise have a phone on her?
Yeah. The stalker lady whose videos rose every chance she gets.
Are you...
When phones are not
going
allowed.
downstairs, are you checking her pockets or what?
Yeah.
Oh no, she's here, isn't she? I thought she was...
We took the chair up. We took the chair up.
You brought Louise upstairs, sorry.
Yeah.
I said, wasn't she just dumped in the corner outside the basement?
No.
No, she was...
Okay, you check her pockets, and she's got nothing on her, but Arlene points to, or brings over her bag, and yeah, there's a phone on it.
Arla, would you mind getting some of the girls to help with the setting up, with the fixing up of things out here, and then get everybody ready to...
Sure, honey.
Ready to go.
We'll take care of it, no worries.
You know the drill.
Malcolm.
Burlesque ladies do burlesque things. Vampires do vampire
things. That's my job, guys. That's my job.
Malcolm, if you could roll the willpower again, please.
So, what was that, Sim?
He wants me to roll willpower again.
That's better.
3. 1 is a crit.
Oh, okay. I think you're back in control now.
You're staying down there for the night.
You start to breathe a little easier. You start to come to, and you start to focus on the bloody scratches on the back of the basement door. As you look down, you see the fingernails that have come off you, and the fact that you've shredded your fingertips away to the bone. You can feel blood. Your ankle's not right. Something's up with it. And I think you've been punched in the nose.
Who did that?
Ow.
Oh, what? Well,
good reset. But still, at the very forefront of your mind, it took a lot to push the beast back. But there's one person that you're angry at.
I will knock on the door. Shave and a haircut.
2 bits.
I knew that would be.
Just revealed my secret. I am a toon.
Oh. Are you saying anything or just knocking?
Hello? I have regained control. If you could let me out now, please.
Okay,
you're all upstairs. By the way.
You hear on the other side of the door, boss. The subject's talking now. He sounds quite sensible.
I'm trying to make sure
he said shaving haircut.
Duncan says it sounds like Malcolm's back in control.
Okie dokie.
Sorry, as you said that, I heard the penetrating purr from the cat.
That wasn't the cat, that was Jasmine.
That's Jasmine.
Do you want him let out?
We'll go down and see him first, and then we'll decide if we want to let him out.
Understood.
Okay, while they're doing that, I'm going to look through Louise de Goth's phone.
Okay, you look through. What are you looking for? I mean,
specifically videos that she might have taken that might also show compromising things that she's not actually posted to YouTube yet.
Okay, give me your intelligence and investigation. We are investigating a lot, Happy. Fantastic.
It's not having Candy Crush to play anymore. It's letting it's getting.
Happy, do you want to raise the blood for this one?
Do you want to raise the blood? What?
No more frenzy, humans.
Listen, you never know. It will only increase your chances of success. That's all I'm saying.
I'm pretty certain that
It'll
if I
only
find
increase
that I
your
can't-
chance of handing your character over to Sim.
I'm pretty certain
Hey,
that if
you didn't make me hand it over to him.
You chose to do that, though. That was a difference.
No, that was absolutely what he was quite correct. That's exactly what should have happened. Okay, Malcolm.
I won't raise the blood.
You won't raise the blood. Ah, okay.
I'm sorry, Sim.
I am heartbroken, but I will let you off the show.
Don't worry, Sim. The odds, but don't worry, Sim. Out is sitting there with a studied cam that is not at all brittle and not at all just taking one more thing.
3 successes.
3 successes. I'm going to remove one of your successes because you are distractingly hungry. The beast is absolutely clawing at the back of your brain. You're finding it so hard to concentrate. Okay, hunger's still at 4. You do actually discover a video.
Okay. Ignore the ones that are basically porn of Rose.
Well, you discover a video. It's her actually walking into the club.
Okay.
And it looks like it's one of those previous club nights before lockdown.
It's actually people.
No. Well, there are some people there, but she seems to go about the place and she seems to zoom in on the more interesting goings on in various corners and dark areas. And there's no question that you see people feeding or drinking blood from people's wrists. Yeah, there's no question that there's some sort of blood play going on here.
Shit. Is she commenting on this as she films it?
No, she doesn't speak. As the video trundles along, it finally closes on a performance by the amazing Miss McLeod, and then she can't stop talking about her graceful movements, and one day she'll get there. She's in absolute awe of Rose's performance.
So she talks about the dancing, but she doesn't talk about the fact that there's vampire.
No.
It's clearly not interesting.
Clearly not.
Let's just say it's not the main course.
I'm going to keep the phone.
But but does she know what's going on? I don't think there's any question there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they all come back up, I will show this to them.
Okay.
Okay, I think you were all heading down to Malcolm's.
Yes, we were.
Okay, the guy standing outside the basement says he won't stop saying hello.
I'd like some recognition as to why I'm in here.
He's looking for
You
some
went
recognition.
a bit crazy, Malcolm.
I am willing to admit this.
Good.
There's no much denying it.
Yeah. You tried to eat me.
Considering I am wounded in a handful of places, I'm assuming I didn't get a taste.
No,
Definitely
I punched you in the nose first.
Well done. I was wondering why it was broken. Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Brilliant. Can I get let out now? I promise to behave.
You'd better behave. You're not wrecking the place again. I've got 2 hours until the prince shows up.
Oh, good.
Malcolm, before we open the door, why don't you give us a précis of what's happened? We need to know if you can actually go through the details and engage with it before you, without frenzying again.
Early yesterday evening, Roswell Ivory, my ghoul, was in a hit and run. She is currently in the Queen Margaret Hospital. She is stable, but it is not good.
Right.
I believe we all know who arranged this and is playing silly buggers.
Malcolm, could you give me your wits and insight?
Yep.
2 successes. Okay. You start to question whether the prince is the right man. That's all I can give you.
That's my turn.
Whoever's doing this to us is, for want of a better word, threatening non-combatants and those I had cloistered away.
Likewise. It suggests an impressive intelligence capacity.
Mm-hmm.
I will maintain as much as inhumanly possible my self-control.
Yes, because you don't sound like a robot right now. At all.
What would you prefer? Scathing condemnation of my lack of self-control, or a more satirical description of willpower?
I think we can just
I'm not entirely sure which is better, to be perfectly honest.
Say again, Shalva, sorry.
I think we can settle for you just being in control. Yeah, that's a definite improvement. Let's take that as a win.
Yes.
So I think we need to really put our heads together and plan what we're going to do, because we have a number of provocations to respond to.
Yeah.
And we need to decide which ones we respond to first and in what way. I still think if we're going to try and hit Cunningham's Haven, tonight is the night that makes the most sense when we know he's not going to be in it. But
yeah.
I know we've also got people missing, and we don't know what's happened to them. So if we're going to prioritise that first, I understand, and I don't have a problem with it.
I don't disagree. Could one of you be a dear and open the door?
I'll open the door in a slightly
Rose,
braced
could you
position.
give me your wits and etiquette, please? Rose.
Me?
Etiquette.
I have etiquette. That's a thing. Wits and etiquette. Ooh, that's 5 dice. That's okay. That is 4 successes.
Nice.
4. Fucking hell, right. It would be extremely against convention if the coterie of the place that was hosting Elysium were not there. It would be... There would be a lot of difficult questions. Could make for an incredibly awkward night.
If
start.
you lot are not present, then that's going to cause issues. Because I'm the host and you are my coterie.
And again, let me make this clear as an ST. You guys can go and do what the fuck you want. I've got no dramas where you cat burglaring while Elysium is going on. But Rose, that's...
Of course it does.
It is entirely possible that you could make yourself known, be seen, do some schmoozing, and then fuck off.
I'm just going to do a quiet look around the place and picture any of us schmoozing.
Exactly.
No, you can't, Happy.
I can wander around with the champagne glass.
Happy can schmooze.
No, he can't. He thinks he can, but he can't.
Instead, I can wander around with the champagne glass.
Instead, he lies on people. He lies on people giggling and getting glitter on them. That isn't schmoozing.
People will remember.
That works for a lot of people. I will have you know.
People will remember I was there.
He gets on very well with the Toreador bunch. It's fine.
Or anyone with a certain base level of all specs.
I mean, yes, that too.
Yeah, we can't really ignore
and the Malkavians. He tends to get on okay with the Malkavians and the Toreadors, so there you go.
I did have a vision that we all died if this goes ahead, remember?
Yeah.
Still don't know what to do about that.
And I know that I'm the only one that's going to be stuck here.
The only thing you can do with weird is confront it. If you try and dodge your weird, then it will catch you in the back.
That's
really,
easy.
I appreciate you seeing this, but the only thing we can do is treat that as warning. If we try and dodge that, then it will come upon us unprepared and bite the deeper.
The problem is that we need information before we do anything. We know that Rose Ivory is in hospital, but we don't know who arranged or was part of the hit and run.
True.
We don't know where David is, and we don't know 100% where he would have been taken to. We don't know where Cunningham's Haven is. We do not have the amount of information that is required for us to do anything about these problems.
Yes.
The
I
only
will
bits
say
of
that
information
this is
that I have.
probably murder board time.
It's probably murder board time. The one bit of information I do have is I spoke to Ninian last night after we separated from each other and before I turned Duncan. It was a very busy evening, okay? And it turns out that our buddy with 4 arms is not a bodyguard of the Semitsi elder, not quite elder. He is the Semitsi, not quite an elder.
Yeah, figured.
Yeah.
He is centuries, I think he's centuries old. Certainly, he is not a spring chicken by any stretch of the imagination. And considering how powerful he is, it is entirely possible that he will be here tonight. Because the prince, I can identify kindred with vast amounts of power and doesn't want to piss them off.
Well, that will be socially awkward.
Not really.
We've already decapitated one of the prince's ghouls. We're already in the bad books.
Yeah, he deserved it.
He did deserve
I'm not denying that he deserved it. I'm just pointing out that we did it.
But you probably want to hide Duncan.
Why would I want to hide Duncan?
Won't the prince get a little huffy that you turned him?
Why?
One of the core tenets of the Masquerade is the right of creation.
Of the Masquerade or of the Camarilla?
Technically both.
Duncan already knows about what we are and what we do. I have dealt with the problem by turning him.
I don't think the prince is going to see it that way.
The prince is going to take umbrage with it regardless. I don't think that any argument that I make is going to change his mind. He's apparently several sandwiches short of a picnic basket.
And losing them
In fact, he's probably short of the picnic basket.
By the way, I checked Louise's phone. There's a video of this club and people feeding in this club.
Oh, of course there is.
Oh, fuck.
She doesn't seem to have done anything with it, I don't think.
Well, she wouldn't have put it up on the
Internet.
On the YouTube.
Yes. The wireless thing.
Interwebs.
Yes, that.
As with all her other videos, she seemed more fascinated with Rose than she did with the fact that there are vampires in the world.
Mm.
Well, fascination is a thing.
But we have no guarantees that she hadn't shown this to someone else.
No. And the video that she did put up on the internet of the thin blood being
immolated,
crucified by sunshine. What?
That's a nice
that
thing.
was online. That was visible. So
Yeah.
she's essentially broken the masquerade.
Yes, I mean this is the. Though to be fair, mortals being, mortals, the blood drinking part is. Well, I mean mortals do it.
Mm.
Yes, but they don't tend to do it by arteries. It tends to be through meaty sections of the body. They can't actually take that much because they don't have the facility for it. So you usually have small parts, tasting, nips.
If I was a normal person, I would be concerned about how you would know that. But I'm not a normal person, so I don't really care.
I keep on forgetting how, what's the term? Vanilla modern day humans can be. Sorry, but what's the point of having sex if there's not knives involved? But
exactly.
Anyway.
What do we want our next move to be? And the assumption that we have to be here and make nice and get glitter all over the prince. That's my one condition for this evening, by the way.
Is get glitter all over the prince?
Yes.
I think I can arrange that.
I'll make a note.
What are we wanting to do? I mean, we have about 20 things to chase down.
I think what you're suggesting, Rose, is murder board followed by we all attempt to go around, make ourselves visible, and keep our ears open in the hope of getting information. Yeah.
Yes, I think that is the main thing. I'm gonna have to play hostess, but you guys can basically mingle, and keeping your ears open, I think, is exactly what is needed right now. Picking up any information that is inhumanly possible about what the fuck is going on.
Find Alexander. Kill Alexander. Find out what's in Alexander's special box. Find your relative. Find out who did this to Rose Ivory. Break into Cunningham's palace.
Find out where the palace is to start with. Find out where the haven is to start with.
I mean,
But yes,
assuming assaulting the prince tonight's a bad plan.
assaulting the prince tonight is probably not the best idea. I have plans for...
if I get hold of the things, would anybody be up for doing a murder board session before next Thursday?
Absolutely.
Excellent. We'll try and arrange one. I'll buy the videos, and we can buy the videos, and I've got a bunch of red wool. Yeah. Not the videos, the corkboard.
I know what you mean.
Yes,
I know what you meant. It's fine.
Have you is Malcolm out of the basement yet, by the way?
Yes, I took him out of the basement.
I opened the door in a slightly sort of knees bent, prepared way. Like if he just launched himself at me the minute I opened the door, then I would have been prepared for that fact. Didn't know I could have done much about it, but I could have dodged.
Okay.
Presuming he has in fact walked out in a limpy manner.
She's tied to the chair. Her breathing is all of a sudden getting very laboured. Like
I will give her some water while I'm in the room with her.
I'll need to untie her from the chair if you have someone. If she's got her arms behind her.
Unconscious, and it sounds almost like she's snoring.
If she's got her arms behind her back, there's only so long you can do that before you start compromising someone's lung function.
Happy, you've heard this before.
Snoring, yeah.
No, yes, you've heard this before in people that have been shot. You've heard this in people that are on the cusp of it, circling the drain.
She's dying. She's dying.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her. Let her out
snoring.
Shava's gonna take a look at her, like, as in medically examine her, his first aid skill, try and figure out exactly what's going on.
Okay, give me your let's see, wits and medicine.
Okay.
She's dying.
I don't doubt you, but let's see if we can do something about it.
I'm going to cut the rope that has her hands. Literally, there is only so long you can have someone in that position before you compromise their lung function.
She thunks to the ground. Her head makes contact with the floor.
Oops.
3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah, there's nothing there. It's an unconscious reaction. This breathing, this snoring. She's in a bad way.
Can I diagnose exactly what it is that's wrong with?
No.
Right. Okay.
You can tell from the colour of her skin that she's very pale. Her lips, they're not blue, but they're starting to head that way. You'd imagine there's some level of shock that the body is experiencing, but it's not looking good.
How much blood has she lost? Because that might be a lot. Probably quite a lot.
Well, maybe we need to give her some back then.
Duncan is stroking his chin, or just wiping away from his chin.
Yeah.
What, again?
Again? Yeah, again.
Getting rid of...
Yeah, blood stains, guys, blood stains.
But Duncan, how many times have you fed from this lassie?
Once.
Just deeply.
Yes.
Did you go all the way? He can't have gone all the way down. She'd be dead.
Yeah, if he managed to resist the beast, at least I was there.
Right, well, I think we need to get some of our blood in her. I know she's maybe not what we need as a ghoul, but unless we're willing to let the lassie die I think it's probably the best option right now.
Well, Rose, you said this was your problem to deal with.
Yeah. I mean, she is my stalker. She has been infiltrating my club and filming my clients, and has broken the Masquerade publicly once, and has information sufficient to do it another time.
She is a threat. I can't really argue with that.
But she's also she's 18? 19?
Early 20s, you would get.
Early 20s.
Is there maybe another way that we can stop her from doing what she's doing?
How much free will do ghouls retain?
They maintain most of it. They just...
I believe it's more about the reorganisation of priorities.
Yes.
Which, and given frankly how she feels about you, I'm not sure how, if you ghoul her, it will be that much for reorganisation of her priorities.
Well, that's the thing. Do you want someone that is a stalker level of a normal person to become a ghoul to the person that they're stalking?
Yeah, it couldn't be you. It would be bad for you and bad for her.
Yeah.
Not going to be as bad as death for her, though, is it?
No.
But it could be one of the rest of us.
We might have some way of controlling her if she's ghouled. Either that, or we just accept that the lassie's death's going to be on our conscience. And while, yes, she's a threat to the Masquerade, I don't think she bears us any malice, or she's a direct threat to us that she'd try and harm us.
No, she isn't. I think, the way that stalkers tend to evolve, she might attempt to do me harm at some point. But I think that's still a fair few steps off. And if she tries to do me harm, and she still assumes that I am a normal human, then she isn't going to actually be able to harm me.
All right, shall we draw lots then?
I'll do it.
What?
You already have a goal.
You already have a
Fair
goal.
enough.
You already
Remember
have a
the-
goal. You already have a goal.
Who's presumably going to need blood in the hospital.
This lassie's stalking her ideal of you in her head. If she actually gets to know who you are as a person, that might resolve this issue itself.
Entirely. Be honest, I think the easiest thing to do would be to lock her in a room, have one of the security guys in there keeping an eye on her, at least for tonight.
Okay.
And then we can figure out what the fuck to do with her later.
Okay.
Because I think there's too much going on right now.
That was a couple of 10s. So is that 3 successes again?
That is 4 successes.
I don't think she has that kind of.
That is a super crit.
You
Right,
know
so,
all.
well, you know all. 1, how is an unconscious woman supposed to drink? 2, the snoring has stopped.
Can I get into the recovery position and feel for a pulse?
You can. There's no sign of breathing now. The pulse is incredibly weak.
I presume as far as I remember, generally with that, if you start dripping blood literally into someone's mouth, you tend to reflexively start sucking. Sorry?
No.
No, with vampire things, that's generally something that tends to happen. Perhaps I don't mean in real life.
Well, no, in this, it has to be a conscious act of drinking blood.
Right, as a character thing, taking Shalwa's medical knowledge and his vampire knowledge that I as a player don't have, what ideas can he come up with?
There are basic life-saving techniques of which you're aware.
Would titrating blood work? Does someone have to drink it, or would titrating it into them work?
Ooh. What, as in, you're talking like
IV.
Yeah.
Like IV? Does anyone in this room have the expertise to do that?
I have injected things into my arm multiple times.
You want to try injecting vampiric blood into her?
Right, Shalva's going to start with some of the
Let's
normal-
try it. Happy might have a suggestion.
You can say, well, you can. I mean, bear in mind also that this club probably does have oxygen, given it's probably got a defibrillator and oxygen in it.
It's got all the health and safety things that are
absolutely.
required for
It's
stuff.
fine
Yeah.
killing vampires.
Right,
And it has
Shalva, what's your immediate
legally, you're meant to have
action?
these things.
He's going to start with the kind of the life-saving procedures that he can with his first aid, and he's going to look around to the rest and go, look, either we go this
Yeah.
lassie, we get her for an ambulance, or we let her die.
Go.
How do you propose? She can't drink. She's way too unconscious.
Okay, Shalva is actively
Yeah, I'm going to get.
compressions.
I'm going to get. What do you need? First aid kit.
Aye, that'd help. If you've got a defibrillator, I'd have it handy.
Yeah.
Duncan, do you know where?
He knows exactly where it is.
What that is.
Happy days. Okay, the first aid kit arrives, as per usual. It's absolutely useless in a life-saving operation.
It's full of like eye
triangular
washes.
bandages and eye washes, exactly.
Plasters.
But the defibrillator arrives, and there's a chance that could come in handy.
Okay, I'm taking it at this point our heart has stopped since I'm doing CPR.
I think you're not feeling any pulse, though.
Okay, he's going to try and use the defib then.
There's instructions on it.
Excellent. Yes, exactly. Apparently, you can't go wrong.
I think Duncan has probably done some kind of intense first aid course. Like
He's got a wee bit of training, and he's getting in there, and he's says, "Do you want me to take over?"
Or both of you, maybe.
You set up the defib. I'll take over.
Okay. I'm going to round for it, so that's a 10. That's fine.
10, awesome.
So do you want me to do another kind of medicine and wits roll for doing
please. Well, let's see. Wits, I think we're past that. Give it intelligence.
that? Okay. And with rousing the blood, does it add 2 dice?
I say it makes no difference. Give me composure and medicine instead. Rousing the blood will give you 2. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it will.
Medicine and another 2 dice. 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, you hear the American voice saying, apply pads to chest. Stand clear, stand clear, stand clear. Shocking. Her body arches up. And then it comes down again. And it doesn't look like there's any sort of pulse. Charging. Charging. Stand clear, stand clear, stand clear. And it arches up again. And back down. And you feel her take a breath. And now she's breathing on her own. You've heard the crunches of her rib cage being cracked. But she's now breathing on her own.
Okay. Rose, what do you think about taking her on as a ghoul? Are you willing to do that?
I'm fairly sure that's a no.
There's a whole bunch of reasons why I want to do it, and there's a whole bunch of reasons why I don't want to do it, and they're pretty much level at the moment.
I think it should be someone other than Rose.
I'll do it. Why not?
Okay. Now, we'll try and rouse her enough that she's at least semi-conscious and, might suckle from the wrist. Cold water in the face, whatever, that kind of stuff. I fucking woke you up, didn't it?
Okay, so you try just slapping her face a little, trying to get some sort of reaction. Her eyes eventually kind of flicker open. And she looks around at all these faces looking down at her, and she's just like, what happened?
You've taken a nasty spill, but you're going to be all right. Just need you to drink this.
Slash.
Okay, so Aud, you cut your wrist and place it over her lips, and she seems a little perturbed, but then as she gets a little taste, she starts to drain a little more from your wrist, and then her hand goes up and curls around it and pulls it in close to her face, and you can feel her drawing that blood from you. I want you to increase your hunger by 1.
Okay.
And which is going to place you at hunger 4.
Yep.
And so you are, again, there is nothing, it's so distracting. It takes every ounce of your being to push the beast back. It takes every ounce of your being to stop yourself from feeding on this woman. But you control it.
Instead, I'm leaning forward and putting an arm around her. You know, like in a more nurturing kind of way.
Okay. You can see a kind of colour return to her body. You see a life return to her eyes. You see the puncture marks on her neck disappear. And she turns to you and says, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happened.
Well, so tell us what you know about this club. You're here at Night Elements. What do you see? What have you seen going on here?
What?
This might be a decent point to stop, actually. It's getting pretty late.
I was about to say,
yeah.
God, that's a bit harsh time for an interrogation.
Yeah. I'm just
welcome to being a vampire, right? We're going to ask you some questions.
I was literally just saying, what do you know about going on here? Just giving her a moment to see whether it clicks on her own. No, it'll just go.
She goes, oh.
If she can't put it together, I will literally just put an arm around her and just kind of just, welcome to a new world, Louise.
Yeah. And now she'll start stalking you instead of us.
She can't stalk me.
She could be fine now.
Awesome, guys. We didn't even get to Elysium. Fuck my life.
Didn't even get to fucking Elysium. I got myself squeezed into this thing for nothing.
Poor Katrina has not breathed for the last 3 hours.
We can dress up next week too. Assuming Elysium's actually happening next week.
I mean, at this point, I think Elysium. It's like you know that whole thing about the bow and the tortoise, like the one where you just keep on halving the distance but never actually reach it.
Yeah, no, it's got to happen. It's happening next session. I don't care. I don't care if we're skipping all the Louise fun. We're going to Elysium, right?
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, we might have got to Elysium had Malcolm not massively frenzied.
Oh, come on, that was brilliant. That was really cool.
That was brilliant. Yeah, I loved it. Loved it.
Your fault that I can't breathe.
Oh well.
Right, well, I'm going to hit the hay. Good fun,
guys. Thank you all so much. Well, let's push for Monday and keep Thursday free as well. And let's get this.
Thursday is always free.
Let's get on to Ben's game.
I mean, the way this is going, Elysium's going to take over like 7 sessions.
I know,
I don't think it's going to get there. It'll just be like infinitely closer and yet never there.
I've planned for 42, so we'll get there.
But yeah.
All right, guys. Love you all. See you later.
Kiss.
Night,
Love.
Night, everyone.
Night.